Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Please confirm me if my voice is clear. And please use the chat section. Please let me know if my voice is clear. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Now let me know how are you all? It's been long that we haven't met, we haven't talked to each other. So how are you all doing? And yes, how was your Eid actually? Good. Please turn your mic off and your cameras off. I need not to provide you instructions regarding MS Teams because I assume that you are now good at it. Yeah, it was okay and Chandra was yeah, really it was unexpected. Alhamdulillah, sote hue. Yeah, kind of, I got it the same. Please confirm me if you can watch the screen.
Yes, ma'am. We are watching.
Please do not turn your mic on. Whatever you have to speak and communicate, please communicate via this chat section, please. So are you guys excited that I am teaching you again, or you gonna feel that it's gonna be a boring session? Okay, so yeah, up with this. So are you excited that you're gonna learn something new with me, or you're just roasted up that I am again here to teach you? Excited. Okay. Excited despite of knowing how strict teacher I am. Okay, I hope the screen is visible to everyone, right? Okay, so the screen is visible to everyone, and if you can watch a screen, please write a screen in chat section. If you can watch a screen, please write a screen in chat section. Okay, so we can watch a screen. So this time we have got a subject technical report writing, and last time we had functional English. Technical report writing and functional English are entirely two different subjects. This is research-based subject, and whereas functional English was learning about rules and regulations of grammar and applying them into your daily life. So technical report writing. I just wanted to know how about your online experience. Do you like online experiences or you like physical more? And if you have been learning online, so how was it? Did you like it? Please respond to your chat section. I'm just reading your chat section messages. Please respond to your chat section. How was your online experience? That was I mean to ask previous one. Did you like your online sessions or not? Because I remember when online session started, I just had 2 weeks with you guys, and that it was over. You never had more online sessions with me. Okay, so your online experience was not good enough, but I will try my best to make your online experience as good as I can. All right, so your online experiences had been very bad, but let's see if your online experience is going to be somehow good with me. Okay, with different teachers, the experience was different. Very much right that each and every teacher has a different methodologies to teach, and yes, saying this that the entire online experience was bad won't justify it. Definitely, there were different teachers and different experiences. All right, pros and cons both exist. Truly. All right, so we have certain classroom norms, right? If you remember, when I was teaching you functional English, we set some rules and regulations for the classroom. Same is if we have online class, we have certain rules and regulations. The first one is that you need to be ready to learn, right? I don't care if you are lazy, slutty, just woke up or hungry, but before you come into class, you need to be ready to learn. The second most important thing is you need to be regular, active, and punctual, right? It's just not like it that you need to be regular and punctual just because your attendance matter. No, let me be very much honest. Even though, as you guys know, that the entire question paper which you need to take in your examination comes from your classroom activities, and this is research based class. If you even miss one class, even though if you watch the recording thousand of the times, you won't understand it properly. Then we have the rule that you have to log in with your camera and mic off. You don't have to turn your mic and camera on until and unless I ask you. If you have any queries, you can use chat section. Do not change your names or have pseudonyms. You can't change your names, right? And you need to have your own profile picture by uploading your picture. I can see many of you are having Tom and Jerry pictures, and many of you are having, some of you are having baby pictures. I don't want any picture like this. I want everyone to have their own picture, right? And this is for the last time that we are having those Pantagiris and Tom and Jerry pictures, right? From the next class, from the very next class, we will be having our own profile picture, because when I am just teaching you and looking at, I need to see that which person I am talking to or who is in the classroom. Yes, and then we have anyone can start meeting our class. Do not start before time or prolong after time. If your class starts at 11 and if I'm not there at 11, anyone can start meeting at 11. And if your class is ending at 12, and if you want to prolong it for some time, you can for 5 to 10 minutes, but you can't prolong it for so long. Then we have, if you have anything to ask or say, use raise hand option. I hope everybody knows how to use raise hand option. So if you have to talk anything, you can raise your hand option, right? Or wait until your name is called upon to speak. Or if you have any query, use chat section, please. Do not turn your mic abruptly, because when everybody is in the class and you just abruptly turn your mic on and speak, it disturbs a lot. And yes, one more important thing is my voice fluctuates or is you feel that the screen is not visible, please write it in the chat section at the moment. For answers, responses, use chat option. Always keep a notebook and pen handy too. I want everyone to have a notebook and pen with them. If you are having a notebook and a pen, please take a picture and send in chat option. I want to see that everyone is having a notebook and a pen. I want everyone to have a notebook and a pen. If you're having a notebook and a pen right now, take a picture and send into chat. So CR will remind for video recording at the start and attendance and feedback at the end of the session, even though if the CR is not present, or if anyone remembers video recording, please ask me to start video recording at the start of the class, and please remind me for the attendance and feedback at the end of the session. So, who is our seer? Who is our seer? Can you please write his name in the chat section? Who is our seer? Roll number 01. All right. All right. The most important rule that we have for our classroom is be respectful of others during live class, else you can face harsh consequences. Roll number 80. Okay. So 01 from there and 80 from there. All right. Even and odd. Got it. So you need to be very much respectful, be it me or be it anybody in the classroom. You don't have to be harsh to anyone else. You know that I really don't entertain disrespectful manners in my classroom. If you have missed the class, kindly check recording on regular basis. But I would recommend each and every person to be regular and punctual because this is research-based subject. And if you miss any class, you won't understand it later on. So this was all from my side for your online classes. If you have anything to add, please add. Pani on it, please. If there is anything you want to add, please write it down. If you don't have to add anything, please write no into chat session. If you have to add anything, please write it down. If you don't have to add anything, please write no so that we can move ahead. All right. So we are happy with these rules and please remember to follow them. Then we have information regarding this semester and your evaluations and your subject. So I don't know that for how long this semester is going to be online, right? But I would be explaining each and everything about this current semester and its evaluation. Okay, tell me later on. So you would be having sessional marks, mid marks, and the final marks, right? If mid is going to be online, I don't know how much long we are going to have online classes, or if we are going to have final or not. But your sessional is important in this matter. We don't be having 5 marks for assignment, 5 marks for anything, 5 marks for something. No, your 20 marks would be based on your one technical report. By the end of this semester, by the end of this teaching and learning, each and every one among you will write technical report, and that would comprises of 20 sessional marks, right? Your mid and final would be whatever you are learning, but your sessional marks would be entirely based on your one technical report that you would submit by the end of this semester. You won't be having sessional marks for anything. There won't be any viva for sessional marks. There won't be anything regarding sessional marks. Your sessional marks would be entirely comprising one technical report that you are going to submit by the end of this semester. Your mid would be comprising of 30 marks and your final would be of 50 marks, right? It depends that how it is going to work, whether it is going to work online or physical, right? It's not decided yet, but sessional is decided that your one report would be comprising of 20 sessional marks. And remember that only the current semester teacher can give you sessional marks. if you get 20 sessional marks and you want to repeat your examination or you want to take repeat examination of that subject, your sessional marks won't ever change. They are only given by the concerned teacher who teaches you that subject in fresh, right? So if you are taking 5 sessional marks and if you are reappearing in final again and again, it won't help you. So you need to make a proper report writing and you need to learn how to write it to get 20 sessional marks, right? Forever. I hope this evaluation is clear. If this evaluation is clear, please write clear in chat section. If you have any question regarding this evaluation, please write it down. If everything is clear, please write clear in chat section. All right, so we are clear regarding evaluation of the semester. Then we have technical report writing, right? So what comes to your mind when you heard that you're going to learn technical report writing? What was in your mind? What do you think? What is technical report writing all about? Or what do you think? What are your expectations from technical report writing subject? First, I want you to write what is your understanding of technical report writing. What do you think? What is technical report writing all about? Write it down into the chat section. That what is your idea of technical report writing? Techniques to write, say, a report or any document, thesis writing. All right. I want everyone to share their ideas, please. Describe your ideas plus other ideas, process, progress, research. Okay. Professional way of writing a report. Okay. I want everyone to present their ideas. When I ask you to write down in the chat section, I will not mark your attendance by asking you if you are present or absent. I will check your chat section, and all those who are replying will be present, and all those who are not replying definitely would be absent. Writing a report on a technical subject. All right. Writing a report to use to make research paper. Okay. So, what are your expectations from this subject? What do you want me to teach you? I mean, what do you think that you're gonna learn? What are your expectations that after learning technical report writing for 4 to 5 months, I mean, what would you learn? What do you think that after this journey of 4 to 5 months, I will be learning this or that? So, what are your expectations actually? Describe the ideas of any content by using proper technical techniques. A detailed result of any technical research. Document writing on technical report. A report on technical scientific research. Writing our ideas in a professional and technical way. Research, Google form, right? Technical writing is the practice of documenting processes. So, what is actually report writing that is being described with the word technical? So, if we just break down this term technical report writing, this shows that we are mainly concerned with report writing and the we are concerned with just one type of report, that is technical report, right? So in this semester, we would be learning how to write technical reports, right? But what is the report? What is the technicality? And what is actually writing and how to write properly? So before we jump on to writing a report writing, we have to go through a lot of things in order to prepare ourselves for writing a report that is technical, right? Even though if I am gonna clear what is technical report writing, you won't understand. But I am breaking down this term to make it clear that you would be learning writing techniques to write a report that is technical, because there are number of ways to write a report, right? So you would be just first of all developing your writing skills. Once you develop your writing skills, you would be learning how to write a report for technical issues. Technical writing is the practice of documenting process. We'll be able to make our presentations more efficient. It will play a major role in, yeah, definitely this gonna help you in final year project. And when you make a report or project, you can easily make report onto it. And even though all those who go for, I mean, industries, they have to write reports. So if you learn this subject by your soul and heart, this gonna help you in each and every aspect of your life. When you're going to do ME or PhD, definitely research is going to help. Definitely, you're not going to learn research at this stage like a bombastic research or a pro research type. Or you're going to not be expert into research, but I would try my best so that I can give you somehow a base or somehow a structure, the basic structure of report writing and research. So, what we need to learn for writing a good technical report. Okay, so technical report is also scientific report is a document that describes the process, progress, or results of technical and scientific research or the state of a technical scientific research problem. Do not copy and paste anything from anywhere, because when you copy and paste anything from anywhere, it shows it down, right? Okay, so the content of this subject, technical report writing, are you would be learning basics of communication, because when we say technical report, it report is made in order to communicate certain technical problems. So you would be learning basics of communication, writing and its types, developing writing skills, using written communication, research and academic writing, and finally, when you are ready with all writing skills, you would be learning technical report. And definitely, when it is saying research and academic writing, you would learn how to do research, how to write things well, what is communication all about, and how to write technical reports. Yes, we can make our technical report more creative and efficient by research and creative thinking. Yes, definitely this going to happen. So I hope the contents are very much clear. This is all we are going to learn in technical report writing. It might seem that this is a little one or this is a very short content, but I have made it short because there are a number of things that comes in basics of communication, writing and its types. But I have made it short to give you a glimpse that what are you going to learn in this semester. Okay, so we are going to start with communication. I want everybody to write, what do you think, what is communication all about? Or what is communication to you? Please do not look here and there. Do not copy and paste from anywhere, because when you're copying and pasting it from anywhere, it just shows over here that it is being copied and pasted. So I just want to know your understanding of communication. What do you think? What is the communication? Exchange of ideas, right? Language, exchange of emotions, all right? Exchange of emotions, way to deliver our message, okay? way of exchanging ideas and thoughts. Okay, understand and then changes. Okay, understand medium of exchanging messages to other, way of expressing your opinion and ideas. All right. Okay, so the word which is common that is either exchange, right? That means interaction. So we are clear that communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place to another, right? It doesn't say that communication is simply the act of transferring information from one person to another. No, this says from one place to another through a common system of symbols, signs, and gestures. So here it says a common system, right? It doesn't say anything else but a common system of symbols, signs, and gestures. So let me explain it over here. This says that it is simply act of transferring information, right? Okay, we do agree that when we communicate, we transfer or we exchange information. This says from one place to another. I wonder why it hasn't said that from one person to another person. Can you please tell me that why this definition hasn't written that from one person to another? Can you please explain? Or can you please exaggerate it that why there isn't written that from one person to another? Why here it is written from one place to another? I want everyone to write that why over here it is written from one place to another. Why not? It's written here from one person to another. Okay, place refers to the mind of a person because walls also have ears. Okay, because we also communicate with words. All right. Because most of the time it doesn't need to be a person to person, right? In written form. Okay. So even though if I am watching television, right, and it is transferring information to me, it is not from one person to another. It is from one place to another. So we don't say that it is from one person to person, or even though a person might talking to himself is communicating to himself, right? A person talking to sometimes to his her pet, right? Even though we have when we have pets, we talk to dogs, we talk to kids, right? This is not it is not necessary that the communication only happens between two persons. It could happen even to uh, most of the people when they are sad or when they are so happy, they talk to things, right? Sometimes they talk to their clothes, sometimes they talk to wall clocks, sometimes they talk to TVs. Even though when we are watching cricket, we talk to TV, right? We talk to the persons, right? So there is multiple ways of talking to. That is why we haven't used here the term person. We have used the term place, and that place could be your mind, right? It could be anything else. So I hope this is clear, right? Yep, you're very much right. It could be from machine to person or from any non-living. That's very much true. That is why we haven't written over here that from person to person, from one end to another end. This is to transfer information from one end to another end. Then it says through a common system of symbols, signs, and gestures. So what do we mean by common system of symbols, signs, and gestures? What do you think? What is a common system? What's the common system? What is your understanding of this common system? Same language, social media. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Machine and language, system of networking. All right. I want everyone to write their understanding of a common system of symbols, signs, and gestures. Systems which we all can understand and have agreed upon. All right. Same language. Okay. Both parties knows. Right. Anything else? Common platform. Okay. All right. So when we say a common system of symbols, signs, and gestures, right? Symbols and signs mean to be a language that when we are transforming information, it can only be understood from one end to another end if we have the same language, right? Or the same understanding upon that language and that gestures. If nodding your head from up down is yes in any language, right? So if I want to say yes to anyone, nodding my head from up down would be yes, right? And nodding my head from right to left would be no. So there are certain gestures which need to be common. And when we say a common system of symbols and signs, that means the same language that other end is understanding, right? Then it may be the person or television, phone call, radio, or whatever machine it is. Even though if the machine is speaking in Turkish, right, or Japanese, and you can't understand it, it won't be communication. It would be not transforming information. It would be just a waste of time that you don't understand it. But even though if you are watching anything that could transfer some information, that is called communication. If I am talking to you guys right now, you can understand whatever I'm speaking because the system of symbols, signs, and gestures is common between us. So I hope now this is clear that communication, yeah, same language. Communication is not simply transforming of information. It is transpiration of information from one end to another through a common system, right? So that both the parties can understand and agree upon. I hope this is clear, even though if there is transformation of information but the both bodies cannot understand, that is not called a communication, right? That is called miscommunication. Communication is only successful when the goal or the desired goal of your communication is achieved. If I want the other person to tell me whether he likes to have coffee or tea, right? My motto is to get the answer that he wants tea or coffee. If I'm asking him in English and he understands it and he says he wants tea, this is communication. That if I'm asking that person in Japanese and he doesn't understand it and he is not replying at all, that is not called communication, that is called miscommunication. So I hope you know the now difference between the two things, that is communication. I mean, what is communication, and the other thing that is not communication, that is miscommunication. Is the difference between what is communication and what is not communication clear? If it is clear, please write clear into chat section. If the difference between what is communication and what is not communication clear, Please write clear in chat section. And if you have any question, please let me know. I'll answer. All right. So we care about what is communication. Okay. So we are going to work on importance of communication. So I just want you to let me know that why do we communicate actually? Why do we need to communicate? I want everyone to at least hear one idea that why communication is important or why do we communicate? Why do we communicate? You got 30 seconds to think about it and write why do we communicate? To express and explore, fun, to interact with anything, that's great. Understand your knowledge and use, okay. To understand our goal and desires, brilliant. To deliver knowledge, that's great. To learn, right? For the manifestation of our thoughts, that's fantastic. Understand and express thoughts, okay. To form groups, fine. To express feelings and thoughts, all right. To interact with people, fine. Why do you use communication actually? Even if you ponder upon your daily routine from morning till night, why do you actually use communication for? You would get a lot of answers. But why do we use communication? To complete its purposes and express its ideas. Okay. All right. So as you guys said that there are certain reasons that why do we communicate, you guys are very much right. We communicate to express thoughts, ideas, and feelings. We communicate in order to create awareness, in order to give information, to fulfill a goal. And the most important, I think, reason to communicate is to avoid isolation and loneliness. If you don't communicate, I mean, that would be like life without talking to anyone or getting interacted with anyone would be of no use. So we communicate in order to avoid isolation and loneliness, to highlight issues, to educate the masses, and there are a number of different reasons that we communicate. Right now, I am communicating not to express my ideas, feelings, or thoughts, but to educate you. So, my reason could be different, and you are communicating to me in order to learn. So every time we communicate, we have certain different reasons. If, as I told you, if you look upon to your daily routine, you would find that there are a number of ways you communicate in order to shop, you communicate in order to earn, right? You communicate in order to get something. So there are number of reasons that you communicate. And if you don't communicate, you would feel like lonely and isolate. And even if you don't communicate to anyone, you cannot fulfill your goals because being a social person or being social animal, being the part of the society, we need to communicate with others in any way an entire day in order to live peacefully. So I just want you to let me know, do you remember any day in your life that you never interacted with anything or you never communicated to anyone, even not to yourself? Do you remember any day in your life when you never communicated to anything? No, no, no. It's not possible, right? It's not possible. No, no. See, there isn't any there when we have not communicated to anyone because being the social being, we need to interact with each and everyone. Even if we don't talk to friends or anything, we need to talk to family, to mother or father, right? Even though we talk to friends on daily basis. So our life without communication is just a void and an empty idea. So we need to communicate for a number of reasons. It's just not that we need to express thoughts, ideas, and feelings because we just have into a mind that when we talk about the term communication, it's just expressing thoughts, ideas, and feelings. Right now, I'm not talking about any ideas or any feelings. My main motto to communicate to you is to educate you regarding different topics, creating awareness, to give you information about things you have not known before. Right? We have a goal to learn about technical report writing. That is to fulfill a goal, right? Even though right now my idea is not to avoid isolation and loneliness, but there right now my idea is different. So whenever you interact with anything, every time your idea of communicating or your purpose of communicating differs from situation to situation. I hope that importance of communication, looking at your own life is clear. If it is not clear, let me know. If idea of why communication is important is clear, please write clear in chat section. Please let me know if it is clear. All right, so we are clear about importance of communication. Okay, so I hope everyone is having a notebook and a pen, isn't it? I asked you to send me a picture of your notebook and a pen. Please quickly send me a picture of your notebook and the pen. I want everyone to quickly send me a picture of notebook and the pen. If you want to work onto your laptop or your PC or your mobile, you can. Because I every time I'll be asking you to write and send it to me. You can take the picture or you can write it over here and you can send it to me. Right now, I want everyone to use send picture option. All right. Thank you, Faisal. I got it. I want everyone to send it to me. Quickly send it to me so that we can start our activity. I want everyone to take a picture of their notebook and pen and send it to me so that I can. We are using a laptop. If you're using a laptop, you can use pen option. But I want you to take a screenshot of the pen and send it over here so that I can know you know how to send. But if you have a cell phone, you can log into from cell phone and use your sending images option, please. See, Zero Eight has sent a wonderful picture. It looks like that you are trying to be creative, and that's good. I want everyone to send until unless I don't get it from everybody. I won't start. Please send your notebook and the pen so that we can start our activity. We are to learn that what is effective communication and why it needs to be over there, and if it is not effective, how things would work. Oh my God, roll number 34. You have written each and every slide. You need not to. You need to understand things well. Guys, everybody gonna get notes from roll number 34. He knows how to do done from the slides. Important is not what is written on the slide. Important is how I explain it actually and how I connect it with your daily life. That is going to make it more clear. I want everyone to send, please. All right. You know now how to send screenshots. Fine. Okay, everyone, be ready. I will be asking you to draw something and you have to draw it, right? And once I ask you to finish it, complete it, you have to stop it and then send it to me, right? So I will be giving you instructions and you will be making something. So let's draw. First of all, make a circle. First of all, make a circle. Onto your notebooks with the help of your pen, make a circle. Please don't send it to me until and unless I ask you to send it to me. Please make a circle. Once you are done with making a circle, just write done in chat section. Please make a circle. Meanwhile, I will be writing instructions in a chat section too. Please turn your mic off. Make a circle. Now draw two eyes. Draw two eyes. Draw two eyes. Once you are done with drawing the eyes, please write down into chat section. Draw two eyes. All right. Now draw a nose. Draw a nose. Draw a nose. Once you're done with drawing a nose, please write down into chat section. Draw a nose. Draw lips. Draw lips. Once you're done with drawing the lips, please write down into chat section. Draw lips. Draw lips. Draw lips. Once you're done with drawing the lips, please write down into chat section. Draw lips. Draw lips. Once you're done with drawing the lips, please write down into chat section. Draw lips. Draw lips. Once you're done with drawing the lips, please write down into chat section. Draw lips. Draw lips. All right. Now draw two ears. Now draw two ears. Once you are done with drawing two ears, please write down in check section. Okay, draw here. Draw here. Draw here. Draw here. Okay, draw mole. Draw a mole. Draw a mole. I hope everybody knows what is a mole. Mole is a till. Draw a mole. Once you're done with drawing a mole, please write down. Now finally draw a neck. Draw a neck, please. And once you are done with drawing a neck, capture it and send it to me. Capture it and send it here, right in the chat section. Once you're done with drawing a neck, please capture it and send it in the chat section. Draw a neck, capture it and send it to me right now. Okay, the alien time. Right, 6708. Okay, 47, that's Q1. Okay, 176901. Okay. Okay. I want everyone to send it to me, please. Your ranks, please. I want everyone to send it, please. Okay, roll number 27. Nice here. Okay, roll number 07. Okay, Waleed. That's a new kind of air. Oh, number 71. Is this a kind of alien? Okay, sound two. Rule number 72, you have met it right now because I just asked you to make a circle first. So this is not your circle. So this means that you have remade it and then sent it to me. Rule number 72, I can understand that this is a remade. It's not just what I said. This isn't a circle. Okay, 36, 1, 7. That looks cute. Okay, rule number 70, I don't know how you have shared it. Rule number 70, please capture it and then send it again. I can't get it. Okay, 32. All right. So I just want you to share your learning regarding instruction that when I just asked you to make a circle, you had not anything onto your mind that you are going to make a word, right? So when I was giving instructions, was it easier for you to follow, or you were getting confused somewhere that, I mean, how to make hair, how long hair should be, or where the mold should be? Should I have lips closed or open? Should I have wide eyes or small? Should I have brows with the eyes or not? Should I have lashes with the eyes or not? So I want you to share your learning regarding instructions. That did you find any difficulty drawing it, or it was all fine to draw? I just want you to share your learning experiences regarding these instructions which I provided you, and you just draw it. I want everyone to share their experience of these instructions. Quickly share your experiences so that then we can go on to the break. Seems like okay, okay. Okay, rule number 11. So I didn't ask you to make eyebrows. Amazing. Okay. Understandable instructions. Great to hear for break. I didn't ask that. Amazing. Great to hear. Very easy. All right. All right. I just want to ask one more thing. If they were easy, they were understandable, right? Why everybody has made a different picture? Why you all haven't made the same picture? Because the instructions were the same for all, then why you all haven't made the same picture? Even though the instructions to everyone were same. Joyful and interesting. It was easy, but if it had feelings or emotions, it would have become more detailed and had more info in it. Right. But my question right now is this: even though my instructions for everyone were same, why it is like that everyone has made a different drawing, maybe detailing, because everyone have different imagination. Okay, no specific, so more general. All right, all have different drawing skills. Okay, picture face the same, and everyone has different faces. That's why everyone has made different. All right, different thinking. All right. So that is called effectiveness. Right here, my motto or my results, desired results were not to have the same faces, but I just wanted to have different faces, right? When I gave you instructions, you understood it well and you produced the desired result. So this is called effectiveness. I wanted everyone to make a different one so that you understand that when we talk to each other, perceptions, understanding also matters, right? Your experiences also matter. Communication is only effective when it is understood and it produces desired results. If I had asked you to make a circle whose diameter is 10 centimeter, right? So everybody would have made the same circle, right? And everybody's figure would have been same. If I would have asked you to make here that is 10 centimeter long and 2 centimeter thick, so everybody would have met the same here, right? If I would have asked you that you have to make two eyes just in between the circle and the eyes should have 2 centimeter diameter, you should have met the same. If I would have asked you that just 5 centimeter, you need to make the ear and your ear should be of this length, everybody should have met the same. So whenever we give instructions or we talk to someone and our information is understood and the desired results are produced, that is called effective communication. This means that our communication is understood. So communication skills for engineers that we are going to discuss later on. I want you to take a break. It's just 12:04. I mean, it's gonna be 12:05 right now. Okay, it's 12:05. I just want you to come back by 12:20, right? Please come back by 12:20. So till then, we are having a 15-minute break. I want everybody to be back by 12:20. I will start my class at 12:20. You can come at 12:39 or 1:45. I don't mind it. And meanwhile, everybody, please change your display pictures. From the next class, if you're having the same display pictures, I won't be allowing you. Take a break. Okay, guys, I hope you all are back. If you are back and with me, please write back in chat section so that I can know we are there. Please write back in chat section so that now we are back. Guys, can you see screen? Let me know if the screen is visible. Okay. So communication is skills for engineers. So we are all going to be engineers and we are going to complete our degree soon in just within 2 years. And then you are going to join different firms and organizations as chemical engineers. Be whatever field it is, do you think that communication skills are important for engineers or what do you think they aren't? Do you think they are important? What do you think? Communication skills are important or not? Please turn your mic off. Yes, important in all fields. Yes, they are. Yes, communication skills are important in all the fields, but if we are engineers and we are going to be into the field, so communication skills are really important for us because we need to communicate to different people when we are working. We need to communicate with our boss, we need to communicate with our subordinates, and we need to communicate with our colleagues. Until unless we don't have communication skills, we cannot succeed into any organization. All those who have got degrees, right, but their success ratio varies just because of their communication skills. All those who might not have a good CGPA but having good communication skills, they succeed more than those who are having a good CGPA. So we all need to work on to our communication skills. When I talk about communication skills, that doesn't mean that I'm talking about spoken. Your written needs to be very much equally correct and right and effective when it comes to communication. When you are being entered and into a farm, you need to write reports, you need to write circulars, you need to write memos, you need to write letters, right? So your communication need to be very much effective. How would you survive into an organization when you cannot write and communicate very well? Even though if you are going in any field, be it teaching, okay, if you are being a lecturer of any engineer field or any engineer subject, right? You need to still have a good communication skill in order to succeed. But when you are into your 4 year degree program, your communication is skill is equally important, and especially in your final years. And when I say communication skills, I also mean that your interviewing skills, your CV writing skills, you need to have all your communication skills so well developed that this can make you prominent among all those who are working with you. And even though if you just look into the society, all those who are having better communication skills, they are successful than those who aren't having better communication skills. So you guys are very much right. Be it any field, it is really important to have better communication skills for a better career. Right? If you want to succeed into your professional life, you need to have good communication skills. I would be teaching you communication skills, for example, just for 4 months, but for you, it is a lifelong journey. If you want to succeed into your career and professional life, You can work on to communication skills anytime and as long as you want or as much as you want. Because make sure that along with your degree, it is communication skills that is going to make you prominent into your field. All right, so now we have understood that communication skill is really important for engineers, right? So we have different skills. So within language, we have four different kind of skills. Do you know them? Do you know what are the four different kind of skills which you need to learn in order to function effectively in any language? What are the important skills? What are important skills? Roll number 33, can you please turn your mic off? What skills are there? I mean, what are the skills within the language which you think are important in order to function properly in a language? Am I audible? Guys, am I audible? If I am audible, why aren't you replying? What are the skills which are important in language? What are four main skills in any language that you need to learn in order to function properly? Guys, do not be nuts and mucks. Don't sleep in the classroom. I don't like such classrooms. This is the online classroom, and still you are sleeping and not responding. Okay, writing, speaking, eye contact, and there are four important skills which we need to learn in order to function properly into language. Speaking skills, confident, gesture, phrases, maybe. Okay, and what else? Communication skills, no idea about that. Okay, so we have four important skills, that is reading, writing, speaking, and listening. These four skills are equally important in order to have effective communication, right? And if you want to be better at communication skills, you need to work on to all these four skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening, right? Okay, so four important skills which I'm talking about are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. These four skills are categorized into two sub skills. These are receptive skills and productive skills. The word receptive means receiving skills, right? And productive skills mean the skills which we produce something from. So there are two skills which receive information. Can you guess what are two skills from reading, writing, listening, and speaking that receive information? Can you let me know what are receptive skills? What are the two skills that receive information or we receive information through reading and listening? All right. What are the two receptive skills through which we receive information? I don't think that I have only roll number 82 in my classroom and rest are sleeping. I want everybody to write it down. Okay, speaking and listening, reading and listening, listening, reading, newspapers, listening and reading. All right. So the receptive skills are reading and listening. In order to have better information in our life, we need to read and listen so that we can receive information and we can process that into our brain. Right? When we are reading something, we are not producing any information, and when we are listening anything, we are not producing any information. Contrary to reading and listening, speaking and listening and understanding. Contrary to receptive skills, we have productive skills in which we produce information, right? These are speaking and writing. So if you are using reading and listening in order to have information, then you process that information into your mind and you transfer that information to others through speaking and writing. So speaking and writing are your productive skills where you produce information using these two skills. These all four skills are equally important because receiving and producing information is equally important, and we can't say that one is better than other or one is used more than other. You might use speaking a lot into your life, but reading, listening and writing are equally important. If we talk about, day to day life, we use WhatsApp just not because of speaking or listening, but we just write and read messages on WhatsApp, our social media. So all these four skills work parallel into our life and they are equally important. And in order to have better communication skills, we need to be good at reading, listening, speaking, and writing too. I hope these four skills and their working is clear, that the two skills are used to receive information and the two skills are used to produce the information. I hope the working and importance of these skills is equally clear. If it is not, please let me know. If it is clear, write clear in chat section. If it is not, please let me know. If the importance of the skills is clear, please let me know. All right, thank you. All right. Then we have types of communication. So what do you think? How many types of communication are there? I mean, you might not know. Just let it be a guess. So, how many types of communication are there? 'How many types of communication are there? Do you know any type of communication? Do you know any type of communication? 4, 5 types. Can you write any? How many types of communication are there? Or do you know any type of communication? 4. Okay, listening. Right. Listening is a skill. See, we have four skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. We have four skills. Skills are different than types. Verbal communication, speaking, visual, verbal. Fine, very much right. So we have four types of communication, right? There are four possibilities through which we can communicate. So let's read them. The first one is spoken or verbal communication. So when we say spoken or verbal communication, this means that the communication where speaking and listening is used, and we exchange ideas or we express ourselves or we talk to someone through speaking, where we use our speaking and listening communication skills, right? That is called spoken and verbal. There is nothing more about spoken or verbal communication. This is to just make it clear that when we are using listening and speaking, so that is called spoken or verbal communication. Even though if you are having something into written, that is not your spoken or verbal, that written is another category. Spoken or verbal means that when you are using speaking and listening skills altogether, that is called spoken or verbal, right? Maybe you are nobody's listening to you, but still you are speaking, that is also a spoken or verbal communication. So there isn't any much thing about spoken or verbal communication. The idea is just is when we speak or use words to speak, right? When we use sound to speak, that is called spoken or verbal communication. So, what do you think that where you have been using this type of communication? I mean, I need you to just go through your entire life. Where have you used this kind of communication? I use spoken communication when I talk to my friends, right? I use spoken communication when I have to ask for coffee, right? I use spoken communication when I have to shop my favorite dress. I use spoken communication when I'm angry with my parents, right? I use spoken communication when I have to show my love to my sister. I use spoken communication when I have to show gratitude to my grandparents. I just want you to let me know where do you use spoken or verbal communication. You have to write as many as you can, right? Look onto your life, look onto your day-to-day lives, and then let me know throughout your life or throughout your day where do you use spoken or verbal communication. Write as many places or as many reasons as you can. Where do you use a spoken or verbal communication? I use a spoken and verbal communication to teach you guys, to talk to you guys, right? There could be a lot of things where I use the spoken and verbal communication, and even though most of my time, of the day goes in just spoken or verbal communication. So I want you to write where do you actually use the spoken or verbal communication? Yes, I use the spoken and verbal communication to give instructions to my cook how to cook actually, and I use verbal communication in order to tell directions to my driver. As many as they are coming to my mind, I'm just sharing with you guys. I want you to write where do you use spoken or verbal communication in a day. This is right where you have used this type of communication. Write as many as you can. I want you to write talking to parents, friends, shopkeeper, clients, teacher, driver, teller. That couldn't just be talking to, right? That could be giving instructions, I mean, expressing yourself, teaching, fighting. I mean, I want you to write the reasons where do you use the spoken and verbal communication. Talking is just one way. Guidance to my juniors, right? Fine. You just have used guidance for guidance. I want you to write as many as you can looking at your life or looking at your day-to-day routine. You need to write where do you actually use spoken and verbal communication. for ordering food, for asking for help, for telling a story, for making my point. That's great, wonderful. Talking to anyone in a casual way, fine. I just want you not to just tell me that only talking. There could be different reasons to use spoken or verbal communication. I want you to write as many as you can. Home, while shopping with friends, while giving directions to someone, while giving tuition, fine, that's great. I want everyone to write, please. Okay, so ordering pizza, telling a joke, great. While asking my friends about his studies, okay. And I want more. This says write as many as you can. So you need to tell me more. I use verbal communication in gatherings, meetings, even debate, whenever I want to deliver any information by speaking of any kind randomly. That's great. Wonderful. I want everyone to write where do you use spoken or verbal communication? Look upon to your life. Have you ever used spoken or verbal communication? And if you have used it, what are the reasons to use it? I want everyone to write it, please. All those who haven't sent any response, please write it down so that we can move ahead. We're 26 around, and I'm just getting responses from 7 to 8. Please, each and everyone who's in the class, please participate in the class as I was marked to absent. That's for sure. Today I was speaking to doctor when I was speaking with my parent. I was talking to my friend about our future. Right. I want everyone to write where do they use spoken or verbal communication. Talking to my siblings, my parents. Fine. Giving lecture to the students going to grocery shop. Right. So giving lecture, going anywhere, talking to someone, I mean, giving instructions, giving directions, asking someone for the favors, asking someone to do something for you. Whenever speaking and listening is connected, that is, then going to result in spoken and verbal communication. I hope the term spoken and verbal communication is clear to everyone. Then we have another form that is non-verbal communication, right? So nonverbal communication can be smile, can be worries. Okay, thanking someone, asking questions, ordering something, giving tasks to my team, while talking to parents and teachers and classmates. Fine. I also spoke verbally to communicate with the doctor to get my father vaccinated. Right. So see, we can, if we look upon to your life and if we look upon to our daily activities, we could see that where do we use verbal communication. So another form is nonverbal communication. As you can see on the screen, a girl, she is having different expressions. Even though we can't listen whatever she's speaking, or even she's not speaking, but with her actions, we can predict what she wants to communicate or convey. In the first picture, we can see that first one from the left, we can see that she's smiling, and in the second one, we can see that she is worried that something wrong has been done. And in the third one, we can see that she is happy to celebrate something, right? And the fourth one, we could see that something wrong has been done, right, from somebody by someone else, and she's regretting. And the fifth one that is in the middle, she is saying that great job, you have done it well, or good luck, right? And the sixth one, she seems to be confused about something. right? And in the seventh one, it seems like that something has worked. And in the second last, it seems like she's thinking about something which hasn't worked. And in the last one, it seems that she's screaming and in a great bed. So all these actions, they come into the nonverbal communication. We use our gestures, our postures, and our face expressions in order to communicate non-verbally, where we don't use speaking and listening, but we combine non-verbal communication with verbal communication in order to make our communication more effectively, right? When we raise our eyebrows, we are like asking someone what or how, right? When we smile, it's like a yes. When we, shrug our shoulders, it's like, I mean, what? Or sometimes it is surprise. When we lean our body forward and, shrug our shoulders, it's like, what? You are feeling so surprised. So all these kind of communication is called non-verbal communication, where you are using your hands, your body postures. I mean, gesture is using your hand, posture is using your body posture. Even it is you are standing right, you are leaning right, and your face expressions. You are frowning, you are sad, you are happy. When you are not talking, but still you are communicating, that is called non-verbal communication. We join verbal and non-verbal communication in order to speak effectively. I use nonverbal communication when I'm so angry, or when I am confused, or when I need to say yes to something but I don't want to say yes. So I smile. So this is a yes, right? And then when I'm angry, I use nonverbal communication. So I want you to write where you have used this type of communication, write as many as you can. So I want everyone to write a list of nonverbal communication instances where you have used nonverbal communication. Mostly we combine verbal and nonverbal communication, but if you remember where you have used nonverbal communication, please write it down. When we are sad, okay. Okay, different expressions. That is what I'm asking you. That what are those different expressions? While playing cricket with friends, I use nonverbal communication. Fine. Even though when you use one, two, three with your fingers, that is nonverbal communication. When we say wow with fingers, I mean making a round with our index finger and thumb, right? This is also nonverbal communication. When you are surprised, you use nonverbal communication. Fine. When I'm confused, don't know about something, frustrated, excited, when I am brushing my teeth, fine. Playing video games, that's great. Stressed, right? When we are too tired of talking, okay, emotions, right? So the difference between verbal and nonverbal communication is clear, that verbal is speaking and listening, but when we are using our hands, face, and body in order to communicate, that is called nonverbal communication. I hope the difference between the two is clear. If it is not, let me know. If it is clear, please write clear in chat section. Talking to stranger, thinking, getting busy, said, fine. If the difference between verbal and nonverbal communication is clear, please let me know. If it is not, please ask me the question. The cheat in the test. Right, fine. If the difference between the two is clear, please write clear in chat section. If you're having any question, please let me know. Okay, meanwhile, I am downloading your attendance. Please let me know how was your today's class. Please let me know how was your today's class. Okay, feels good. Awesome. Fine. Very joyful and interesting. Awesome, man. Fantastic. I'm glad that you liked it. If there is anything you want to add into class, or if there is any idea that make our class more exuberant, please let me know. Excellent. A lot of things on this and interesting. Thank you that you liked it. Okay, meanwhile, I download attendance. Okay, interesting, interesting. Right. All right, guys. So it was all about today, right? And I'm having just 25 students in class. Please ask other students to be in the class. Interesting and a lot to learn. Thank you. You need not to say thank you because this is what my job is. All right, guys, give me 2 minutes so that I can download your attendance. All right, so your attendance has been downloaded and saved. Thank you, and then see you tomorrow. Till then, take very good care of yourself. Bye bye.